It's Saturday, March 14th, and I'm T-Roy. You ever look at your life and think, how in the world did I end up here? Not the plan, not the timeline, not the story you imagined. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe you're rebuilding something that completely fell apart. And you're sitting there wondering, God, what am I supposed to do with this? There's a verse in the book of Esther that asks a powerful question. And honestly, it might apply to your life more than you realize. Esther 4:14 says this, "Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for just such a time as this?" Esther didn't ask to be in the position she was in. She didn't plan it. But suddenly she found herself standing in the exact place where her courage could change everything. Here's the part we don't always talk about with Esther. Her moment didn't feel inspiring. It felt terrifying. If she went to the king without permission, she could be executed. So she had a decision to make. Stay quiet and safe, or step into the moment God placed her in. And I think a lot of us are in Esther's moment right now. You didn't plan the season you're in. You didn't plan the loss. You didn't plan the struggle. You didn't plan the rebuilding, but somehow here you are, standing in the middle of it. And sometimes the question isn't, why did this happen? Sometimes the question is, what can God do through me now that I'm here? The story of Esther reminds us of something important. God's purpose doesn't always start in comfortable places. Sometimes purpose shows up in the middle of disruption. Sometimes purpose shows up in the middle of uncertainty. Sometimes purpose shows up after the life you planned completely changes. Esther probably never imagined that becoming queen would one day require her courage. But that's how purpose works. God positions people, not always where they expected, but where they're needed. I want to encourage someone today with this. The season you're in right now might not be random. The hardship might not be meaningless. The rebuilding might not be wasted. What if the thing you're walking through is actually preparing you for a moment you can't see yet? Esther's story reminds us that sometimes God places people in difficult seasons because their courage will matter. And the truth is, your story still matters. Your voice still matters. Your faith still matters. And the moment you're standing in right now might be more important than you realize. So if you're in a season where life feels uncertain, where things didn't go according to plan, don't assume your story is over. Ask the question Esther's story asks all of us. What if you're here for this moment? And if you are, then keep walking. If this encourages you, even just a little bit, go ahead and hit like, subscribe to the channel, or share this with someone who needs strength today. And listen, don't try to walk this thing alone. Pull up to church this week, text somebody in the small group, sit in a room where God is being lifted up. Your faith grows different when you're not isolated. And hey, real talk, if you're in a dark place right now, like really going through it, you don't have to carry that by yourself. Call or text 988. That's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's free, it's 24/7. There's a real person who will listen, no judgment, just support. One day at a time. You matter. All right, see you tomorrow. Peace.